I love riding a motorbike, but I want to share with you 5 things that I find frustrating. And get straight into it. So, hey, number one is gonna be the weather. I'm in the UK, and the weather can be inconsistent, and I find myself checking the weather app if I'm not going on the bike and the weather's positive, I probably won't check it. But if the weather's negative, so windy, rainy, whatever, I find myself checking it regularly, um, which can be a pain, obviously for obvious reasons, a bit annoying. Hate number 2 is putting the gear on. I suppose, if you want to pop down, I got this second vehicle because the missus needed the car to go to a new job. So when she took the car, obviously this is my primary, this is my primary mode of transport. But if I need to pop to the shop, well, it's no longer a 3-minute drive. I've got to get ready, boots on, gloves on, jacket on, helmet, come to the garage, unlock it, open the garage. It's becomes a whole ritual. And what should take 5 minutes to go to and from the shop takes 10 minutes to get ready, a couple of minutes to get there, plus lock the bike up when you get there, right? Then it turns a 3-minute journey into something that could take half an hour, right? And it's a pain, an absolute fucking pain in my ass. Number 3, I'm going to be riding since October, so I've only ridden in the winter. Trying to keep your bike clean. Fucking hell. What a chore. I've given up trying to keep this fucking horrible chrome can clean. I must admit I ride it regularly to work, so I rinse it down when I get back and the roads are salted. But I don't try and keep it immaculate. It's a machine. It's to be ridden. Don't get me wrong, I like to keep it clean as I can, I like to keep it looking nice and stuff like that. But during the winter, it's just so hard, just when you're using it to commute. Yeah, hats off to those guys that clean it every day or whatever. I'm just not that guy. Number 4, trying to modify your bike. So I've added a bunch of stuff to my bike. From a radiator guard to from fender extender, a rear shock hugger to stop stuff from flinging into back there. Brought a bunch of bungs to stick in the frames. And the bit that I found most frustrating was I wanted bar end mirrors and I want hand guards. Now, I did the classic thing to use AI. Will this work? I wanted the SW Motec Cobra hand guards with the SW Motec bar ends. AI said it would work. They turned up. I spent hours trying to get them to work. They don't work. Cool. So then I ordered some Barnbuster Storm ones that only grip to the bar. They don't attach to the handlebar. They kind of work, but don't work really because they're kind of in the way. My understanding was that the BMW OEM ones would work. From what I've looked at, maybe, I don't know, so I'm likely going to buy them and try them. That means I'm going to have brought 3 different sets of handguards to work with my bar ends. Not cheap, not efficient, quite frustrating that it's not simple. And yeah, I wish it was simpler. I don't know how you would make it simpler, but I really do wish it was simpler. And then number 5. Insurance companies. I'm not going to talk about premiums and stuff like that because, hey, it is what it is, right? You fit a certain profile, whatever. Could it be cheaper? Of course, we'd always want to be cheaper as bikers, right? But for me, as a new rider, and I'm sure the same for you guys, right? We love riding, want to be on our bikes, and just being the mileage being something that you have to be so concerned about. If you're over above your mileage, and the insurer could choose to invalidate your claim. And don't get me wrong, I understand that we should give, and I do obviously give the most accurate estimate that I can. And you can also put more miles onto your policy if need be, which I advise you would do, obviously keep yourself covered. Does it really have to be this difficult, this complex? Because it kind of sucks the joy a little bit when you're like, I want to go on a ride, and there's like, well, how many miles is that going to have? I think about the France trip that we did recently. That was 500 miles in one day. It starts to turn something that should be enjoyable, stress relieving, into something for some people, and myself a little bit, becomes a little bit stress inducing. And if you're still here, that's my 5. I appreciate, give me a like, give me a comment. I still wouldn't choose a car. I fucking love my bike. I'm so glad I went that way. I think there's a certain level of freedom that comes with a motorbike. But if you're still here, I'm going to show you my guilty pleasure since riding a motorbike. And I will admit, I used to think they were fucking dorky as hell. And I say that as someone who loves his now. I have a top box that fits on that quickly. And my God, what a game changer that has been for commuting. Probably the single most best purchase I've got for the motorbike in terms of usability and ease of use. But that's it. We're going to wrap up there. What's your number one thing you hate about motorcycling? And see if you can have a guess how much I paid for the top box. Next one we're going to do like this is going to be 5 things I love about biking. See you then.